My nose running. Got my shades open. It's a whole skyline in the city's right in front of my face. Yeah. I'm in a zone this year, it's all fire. Nigga, check my attire. Your worst fears confirmed. Your reign at the top expires this year. No application, I'm higher this year. This in dedication to that bitch to slash my nigga tires. Oh yeah, I knew about you. Bitch, I knew about you. Came up on a good nigga. He ain't have a clue about you. Try to tell the nigga. Don't trust that.
Yo, what's good, Z? What's good, Z?
You live and you learn. On this road to riches.
What's good, Z? What's good? What's good? Alright, I low-key, I peeped what you said earlier. You said whatever y'all niggas was playing like y'all was in the 2000s. You know, literally just thinking about that. I literally just seen the shit of Kobe and Melo, where they was fucking doing that whole wrestling shit in the playoffs a while ago. So, low-key, a bit of a coincidence right there. These are my first two comments. How bad was it though? Like, this is a good predicator in terms of, was it really that physical? Did you leave, or how many scars did you leave with? That's a good indicator, because when shit really do get like rough, motherfuckers be scratching, some dudes with nails be coming in, clawing and shit. So like that's the shit like you just hate to see. I just hate that shit, bro. Yo, what's good, Joel? By the way, you about to get straight into this breakdown. I ain't gonna waste no time today. I ain't gonna really waste time today. We locked in, cause I got a good amount of clips once again. Let me see. Boom. Let me get that pulled up right quick. Because wind is almost messing you, almost a storm. Wait, so I ain't gonna lie, playing with wind, and I'm not shooting, bro. I am not shooting. I am not actually, fuck that shit. I'm shooting a couple times, and if I miss, I'm just gonna be like, yo, that's not my fault. It's the wind, bro. It's the wind. You know what I'm saying? I'll just blame it on the wind. But a smart player though, like if you've really played a lot in the wind, you know what I'm saying, outside, you'll know when to shoot when there's wind and when to not shoot. Because like there's just a feel you get just knowing, oh damn, I know the wind's gonna blow my shot way far off right now. So sometimes I'll have to wait a second. Like, and I'll gain that sense from just playing outside on my own workouts. So if I ever played a game outside, like it'll be a similar thing. Where as to which, oh, I know the wind is blowing like a motherfucker right now, I'm not gonna shoot. That shit gonna make me miss. Right? But if it's a situation where it's like, oh, the wind's chilling right now, boom, I'm taking them shots. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother variable we just add in on top of the fact you're just playing outside. We broke the fence. Wait, y'all got into a fight? Did y'all break the fence off a fight, or you just broke the fence off of like just some regular somebody may have fell over type shit? Let me get all this pulled up. Boom. Boom. Let me pause this song right quick. Boom, pause that song right quick. Boom. All right, we gonna get straight into this breakdown. I ain't wasting time today. Like I told you, I ain't wasting time. Let me make sure I got this shit pulled up already though. And by the way, we watching Shai and SGA and Jalen Williams last night against the Kings, right? Or like last evening, afternoon ish, because the Super Bowl is on. Right, they had 70 points combined. I don't even think y'all peeped that. They had 70 combined, 38 and 32. So I was like, oh, I can either watch the Suns Warriors game, but I've watched a lot of the Suns Warriors, and I was like, let me watch Jalen Williams. Right, I watch SGA oftentimes, but I don't really watch Jalen Williams. So I was like, all right, let me peep Jalen Williams, because he is their number 2 scorer, averaging about 19 a game. Hold on, I can't even see the full chat right now. What'd you say? No, kicked it out of frustration. Z, you gotta do some anger management, bro. You need some anger management, gang. What the hell? You say kicked it out of frustration, and you broke this shit. Strong foot ass bull. Strong ass hip flexor, bitch. Yo, what's good? What's good, Jericho? What's good? What's good? Let me get this posted on Instagram. We literally about to get started with the breakdown. Let me get started right quick. Let me get started. Let me get this pulled up right quick. Ball, all good after. Had a beer. Had a beer. You know what I figured out about alcohol in general? Since alcohol is a toxin, right? Anytime you consume alcohol and then you begin to digest it, any food that you digest after alcohol or while alcohol is in your system does not get digested, right? So then it could be like excreted and whatnot. It immediately gets stored, right? It gets straight stored into your body, right? Like if it's carbs, turn to fat. Fat just gets stored in as fat. That's why when you see a lot of people drink a lot, and then they also, of course, you're gonna eat if you're hungry, you get that beer belly, and people begin to get big. They begin to get fat. It's because your body prioritizes digesting the toxin, the alcohol, before it does digesting the carbs, fats, proteins, and all that other shit. So maybe keep that in mind next time you actually go and drink, or just be conscious, right? Just be aware of how much you're having, right? Just moderate, right? Moderation is key when it comes down to a lot of things. Yo, what's good, P? What's good? You can't have alone. Gotta have it with your boys, otherwise you're just an alcoholic. Hey Z, something's telling me you be having a couple beers by yourself. Something be telling me some days you just be like, fuck it, I'll go get a beer by myself. I'll see where the wind takes me. Let me find. Boom, right there. Let me get this poster right quick. By the way, we're gonna get started in a second. And let me make sure I can see all the chats are visible. All right, boom. Let me get this posted though. Let me get this posted. Hold on. Boom. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Boom. 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 There we go. There we go. There we go. Here we go. All right, let's lock in. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. I told you I ain't wasting no time. Can't work my job fully sober, brother. That would be inhumane. Wait, what do you do, Z? What do you do? Like, what is your occupation? I'm curious. Like, I'm legit curious. I'm unsure of what it is. And then you said I can't do it completely sober, meaning that it must be some form of labor. Is it some form of labor work? Because you also say you got knee problems. So it could be labor, or it could just be a boring just job as a whole. Recycling storage at the supermarket. Oh, okay. So that's a little bit of labor. That's a little bit of labor. Not crazy. Not as bad as it could be, but it's some labor. It's some labor. Hold on. Let me switch that. Boom. Let me lock in. Hold on. I told y'all I ain't wasting no time. Let me see this too. Play that. Let me make sure I get this. Turn that down a little bit. Turn that down just a tad bit. All right, boom. Boom. All right, let's lock in. And also, Z and whoever else may be in here that's a part of the membership, if y'all got any specific videos on certain things y'all want me to drop, let me know. Because then I could go about my week and be like, oh, I'm going to record this or I'm going to record that. So if there's anything specific, let me know. Because also what I'm doing right now too, right? Since I kind of restarted a couple phases of my program, is that everything I'm doing should be doable with not no crazy amount of equipment, right? And so you'll see a lot of people tell you to do this workout, that workout, this workout, but you just don't have the equipment for it. So you can't really do the workout. And so at that point, you would have to try to get extremely creative with what resources you have and try to almost mimic what you're doing with better resources, but with less, right? But I try to do everything I got and build my whole program around using minimal amount of resources. So resistance band, dumbbells. I don't even use trap bars right now. On the fact that I want to be like damn near exactly how y'all would be if y'all were actually doing the program with the sort of accessible resources. So that's one thing. I have one question, but I need some time to formulate it. I'll send it to Discord All right, you'll send the community tab. All right, I'll peep it. I'll peep it. I'm pretty sure. Do I even get notice from the community? I'm gonna just scroll through it. I'll just scroll through it. But like I said before, though, right? Oklahoma versus Sacramento. And ain't De'Aaron not play well this? Bro, De'Aaron was playing like boo-boo. I ain't gonna lie, he's playing like boo-boo. He scored, he was like 6 of 17, 2 for 8 from 3. I was just like, yo, he's mad bricks. It was really just like the first quarter and a half, maybe quarter, and then 3/4 of the second quarter, right? So like that first 9 minutes of that second, he was just missing. He ain't scored to like the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. And I was like, damn, De'Aaron. He was just, I felt as though he started the game taking too many jumpers and should have got his rhythm back getting some lays. Of course, it's like, oh, I trust myself to be able to hit this next one, but you gotta listen to your gut. You know what I'm saying? Listen to that sense, that feel, and be able to tell yourself, all right, let me just go get a layup. I know it don't feel right now, right? So let me get this layup. Let me maybe get 2 layups, maybe get some free throws, and then let me get back to shooting a couple threes, right? Instead of saying shoot 3, 3, 3, 3, and before you know it, you 0 for 3, 0 for 4 from 3, and then you probably missed 2 mid-range shots. Like there's a shot he took that I distinctly remember where Chet was guarding him, and he took like a mid-range pull-up like right there in Chet's face. I was like, yo, and he was going to his left, right? I think it was like out of his right hand, so Chet's hand, like it wasn't a great shot. So I was hoping De'Aaron did play a little better, because then I could have done like De'Aaron versus SGA, because they're like in that same age bracket, and it could be something we could really watch out for like in the years going forward in terms of a point guard matchup. Even though they don't directly guard each other, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's still something that could have been a little exciting, something good to anticipate. Dallas looking dangerous with new additions. I think they may get out the first round. I think they may get out the first round. Well, you may fuck around, and what's the standings looking like? So if they get out the first. It depends who they play in the first round. I'll take my money on Luka and the Mavs against the Timberwolves. If y'all don't think they can't beat the Timberwolves, I ain't gonna lie, y'all might be tripping. Unless Ant literally hits a god tier, like he enters that superstar level in the playoffs, like he gets there. If he plays like he kind of did last year, it's not gonna be enough. I don't think it's gonna be enough, because I don't think that you could get enough production from the other 14 to be able to make up in scoring. Whereas the Mavs got Luka, they got Kyrie, you know what I'm saying? And then they built everybody else around to be able to play their role. So that's what makes it even tougher. And remember at the start of the season, I told you, I was like, oh, Mavs are actually going to get into the playoffs. Y'all was like, nah, the Mavs not going to make it. Y'all was just it was too much recency bias for y'all. Y'all saw what happened in 2023, but you can't allow those little things to be able to dictate what you think is going to happen going forward, because the future is going to be different from the past, oftentimes, depending on the circumstances of the past. Let me put it like that, right? And so I was looking at the Mavs situation, right? You had lost Jalen Brunson, then boom, you get Kyrie, but Kyrie, Luka, they never practiced, right? You literally just hop on the team, then you hop on the court, and you maybe have some walkthroughs because it's late in the year. You don't really get to get real practices in, build rhythm. But now you go into the next year, you get a couple pieces that are solid, get lively. You got Grant Williams, even though you moved him, you still got him for the time being. Of course, Tim Hardaway Jr. So now you bring those pieces together in with the training camp, healthy, may get hurt during the year, but you built that chemistry early, which is extremely important. SGA Canada Goose ad. What you mean? Yeah, so Dallas could get out the first round. If they play OKC, Luka, SGA is going to have to match Luka. You know what I'm saying? In terms of production. But at the same time, Mavs got Kyrie as that number 2. And Kyrie, his playoff experience, that he has the most on the floor. So that's going to be tough. So I don't know. Me personally, I don't know how the Thunder are going to look in the playoffs. On the fact they haven't been to the playoffs, right? But I know SGA going to do his thing. But when you play a team that's just so much more experienced, I want to see how that matches up, how that shit turns out. Top 3 guard, I'm pretty sure that's hard to debate. He's not. Because all you got is like guards. So we're talking shooting guards, point guards, right? Guards. We're talking Steph, talking Luka, and then that's probably Shai right there and then right there. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't put Dame at this point in time over into that top 3, of course. I wouldn't put Brunson. I can't put Halliburton in that bracket quite yet, not Maxey. So really, they might have the 3 best guards in the West. Unless I'm tripping and forgetting somebody, let me know. But deep Devin Booker, I'm not forgetting him. Jaylen Brown, nah. Yeah, it's just tough. He's top 3. He's top 3. Dallas won the trade deadline, in my opinion, unless we count. Nah, the Knicks won that shit. The Knicks might fuck around to get a star. So if any of y'all Knicks fans, I'll be kind of excited. I'll be excited, right? Because not only this year can you fuck around and upset a team, but going forward, you have all the assets necessary to be able to acquire a star, right? You have all your first-round picks. You have a Julius Randle who you can move. You could have all these other little pieces of Bogdanovich or whoever that you could also move and just throw into the deal. Like, that shit is going to be vital. And so I want to see how that shit turns out as well. Like, who's going to be available and who will they want to actually pull the trigger on. That's going to be interesting.
Fun guy, what's up, baby?
What it do, baby?
Hey, Lamont,
yo,
appreciate that sub, Lamont. You want to see it? There's just one Canadian Goose advertisement. Nah, I ain't see it. I have not seen it, bro. Was that shit in the Super Bowl or some shit? Yo, what's good, Castro? What's good? Donovan Mitchell is up there too. I can't put Donovan Mitchell in that conversation. You talking Steph, Luka, and Shai? He's that tier right below that. I'm sorry, like he's a tier right below that. Like they have been rolling as of late, but I just can't throw him in that mix right now. I just can't throw him in that mix. Like, cause when you really think about the production level and all that stuff, like I gotta see Donovan Mitchell hit that step to where it's like, oh yeah, he's A1. No, like you got SGA. I know SGA ain't been to the playoffs since the Clippers, but 31, 32 a game this year, 2 seed. I know the Cavs are about 3 seed, but we have to see though. What about Tyrese Halliburton? He not up there? Top 3? I can't do it. It's that next tier. The tiers for guards I see right now is Steph, Luka, Shai, right? That S tier, and then that A tier is probably gonna be the Donovan Mitchell's, Halliburton, Mitchell, Halliburton, Booker, Jaylen Brown. So like that's that next tier. I don't really see Halliburton, Maxey as well in that next tier. So I don't really see them pushing that S tier because you really gotta have a high ass output to be able to be in that S tier. You know what I'm saying? So like it's just a little different, but like you know what I'm saying? Like there's just that little kick. There's just that little difference between players at those 2 different levels. I think it's only in Canada then. Nah, I mean it might just be me because I don't be watching TV like that enough to see advertisements. Even if it's on YouTube, I don't see ads because I got YouTube Premium, so I don't see ads on here either. So maybe one of y'all might have seen it, but I ain't see it. But all right, let's get to it though. Let's lock in. Let's get to it. Right? SGA, like I said, SGA Jalen Williams, 70 points combined. Right? And one of the most important things as to which I even kind of peeped going back through some of these clips before I was getting ready for the stream is their ability to play in layers. You're going to see a bunch of plays that I throw in here where SGA is literally going from this play to the next play, almost playing chess, right? He's making the adjustments. He's making the little improvements. And then you're going to see, oh, shit, this is how I got to play chess while playing in live basketball, right? The ability to be able to think and then get back playing and then no longer think when you have to make decisions because you know what needs to be done. And so there's a good like 4 or 5 sequences where you got like back-to-back plays, right? Probably like 5. I think probably like 5 where you got like back-to-back plays or back-to-back-to-back plays where you see SGA just making the adjustments so then he could be able to make the right play. G's top 5. I mean, Cam Whitmore up there too. What you mean Cam Whitmore is up there too? What you mean Cam Whitmore is up there? The Rockets ain't even up there. And the funny thing about that, the Rockets fucked themselves over because they try to compete right now while they had no pick. But at the same time, what you did is stunt the growth of Jalen Green. That's tough. It's tough. It's tough to be a Rockets fan, man. It's tough to be a Rockets fan. Yo, what's good, Euros? But let me zoom this camera out a little bit. Boom. Let's lock in. And by the way, I haven't really give you all a vert update, but my 1 foot bounce is getting dummy. My 1 foot bounce is about to get is getting dummy. Like right foot and left foot. Left hand package, right hand package, 2 hand package. I improved my 1 foot bounce just to help improve also my 2 foot bounce in certain aspects. And because I want to be an all around jumper. I don't want to be a person who can only go one way. I want to be able to jump off my left leg, jump off my right leg, jump off right left, jump off left right. So when it comes down to any scenario I could be in, I'm prepared for that. And so that's something as to which I kind of really learned from Kobe, because he prepared for so much shit. Now, of course, I haven't prepared to that extent, but I'm gonna prepare as much as I can, so that if someone says, "Oh, all he does is go right left, going to his left," oh, I'm gonna go left right and then pull it back with my left hand off too. You know what I'm saying? Or bring it here 2 hands. You know what I'm saying? That preparation is vital. A lot of programs and a lot of people you may see do coaching teach you how to jump one way, but in reality, if you really want to be prepared for a game, you need them all. So, what do you think J-Dub's ceiling is? I can see J-Dub being like a more complete Jaylen Brown. That's fairly accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like Jaylen Brown, you know he can't go left, right? And so now when you begin to watch him play, it's like, okay, that's something we can immediately take away. When it comes down to J-Dub, he could go right, like he be hooking, like hook lays, like, bro, like with the left, that should be tough. I'm like, damn, bro, that shit's crazy. So like when you think about his all-around complete scoring package, like when you go into a matchup, it's like it's hard to be able to say, oh, he can't do this, let's take that away. Can't do this, let's take that away. So I think it's gonna be he could be more complete, and it's gonna be harder to game plan for because his ability to go both directions and comfortable being able to go both directions. I just want to see him play with a higher volume because he only takes 3 threes a game and he shoots 45%. Right, so like I want to see how he gets more looks going forward, and by the time as to which I think we're gonna really see a stride in J-Dub when they have to get rid of pieces because they can't afford the roster. Now he's gonna get more shots because there's less people to lean upon, right? And now with there being less people to lean upon, it's like, okay, I'm taking this shot instead of passing this one up, right? So I want to see how that also transpires going forward. And OKC at the same time though, they may cap him out, meaning that you have SGA, he's getting his 32 a game. You got Chet, who's in his rookie year, giving you 17, 18 a game. And this is Chet's rookie year. And so now with a 2-man action with Chet and Shai, Chet may be more in favor of getting matchups and whatnot, right? In terms of him being that number 2. So if he's in a position where he's that number 3, then it may get to a point where he can't really get much more than like a Tobias Harris, right? He can't really push past the 19, you know what I'm saying? Something along those lines. But if he's more free, he's a legit number 2, he could get like a 26, 25 a game in years to come. But he nice though. He nice. He been hooping lately, not as much as he should be hooping if he's not playing with Fred VanVleet and Dillon Brooks. You should have just got him like, what's his name? Facundo Campazzo as his point guard, right? Someone who's just gonna pass him the rock. And then for your 3, you should have got him like a Nick Batum, like some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? To where you just got like they ain't gonna do shit. They just gonna give him the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like they should have done some shit like that to where you just only get people who gonna force feed him. And now you push him so far forward in his development because the amount of exposure he has. And remember, exposure leads to expansion, right? Exposure leads to expansion. So as he'll continue to expose himself to new things, he'll continue to get better. So that's what I would have done if I was Houston, but I know you don't have your pick, so you would have gave a good ass first round pick to Brooklyn. So it's dumb, but it is what it is. Me too, bro. It's just like I just got a 10 improvement overnight, but when I was doing plyos and lifting, I ain't see nothing. Wait, what you mean? You ain't getting no improvements from? You probably weren't doing the right plyos and lifts. Last night he had his first triple double. J-Dub had a triple double. I ain't peep. There's no way he did. Jalen Green. You talking about Jalen Green? Yeah, Jalen Green. I'm tripping. I was like, wait, no, Jalen ain't had no triple double. He almost had one though. Got to let him marinate. And he's been averaging like 25 over the last 10. That's 10 games. You realize you gotta do this and then do this 8 more times, right, to be able to get to the amount of games that's in the NBA season. So I want to see that shit keep going like for the rest of the year. Like I want to see like a 40 game, 30 game stretch, right, to where it's like, oh, that's natural for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even a firm believer in what D'Lo is doing too, because because D'Lo, he's been playing really good over the last 15, 20. Now, all right, keep doing the rest of the regular season, and let's see what you do in the playoffs. There. Now I got to see that. Yo, what's good, Oscar? But let's get to it, though. Let's get to it. I got to peep the Rockets. I'm going to watch a Rockets game. I'm going to do a Rockets breakdown before the year is over. Maybe 2. May fuck around and do 2 Rockets breakdowns because that's a team I still haven't really got to peep for real. So I'll probably do a couple. Let you know what I think about this additions and how I kind of perceive it. So stay on the lookout for that. Alperen Şengün, Whitmore, Jalen Green, them guys. See how that shit looking like. What future they have to be able to build for it. So let's get it though. Let's lock in though, right? Got a good bit of gems, right? 7 minutes, 42 seconds of clips, right? So first things first. Playing off the catch, right? Look at the way SGA catches the ball, right? That's one of the things that'll limit y'all into being a good catch and shoot player, right? Because what a lot of y'all do, especially in y'all workouts, when y'all get passes, y'all want to catch, find the ball, realign your hands, line up the seams, and then go and take the shot, right? But that's going to limit you in terms of the types of shots you could take in the game because if you don't have that much space and time like SGA did right there, you won't be able to get these shots and looks off cleanly, right? So when you get into your workouts, you just got to be able to, any way you catch the ball, seams lined up or not, be able to get it there, shoot it, right? And then the readjustment, it may be natural at times to where you can just kind of find the seams naturally and the ball may rotate in a sense. But overall, don't be so picky if you don't line up the seams on your catches or if your passer doesn't throw you the ball and the seams aren't already lined up. And I'll peep this too. Start of the possession right here though, right? Understand. Look at the shot clock, right? About 8 seconds left here now. Now they're getting to pick and roll. But you got to understand, even though there's about 7 seconds now left, it's never too late to be able to make a play. Notice this weak side, right? This is why you just don't get stagnant and assume things are going to be done. Because with movement, that'll get you open, especially when playing against help defenses. Because they're so honed in on what the ball is doing, right? So notice De'Aaron Fox literally faces turned towards the ball, right? If you want to be able to see both, he would have dropped lowered, split his head so then he could see both. But he didn't. So now the ball gets thrown. His eyes literally just can't see it. Jalen Williams got open for a 3 early off in the game just by that relocation on that weak side. So that's something y'all need to emphasize a little more. Like when y'all just playing overall, right? Shot clock or not. You playing on that weak side, just do a quick little exchange. Force the defense to communicate and find something that's what you could, and that could be something y'all could exploit. Yo, what's good, Marcos? What's good? These back doors be gold, bro. They should be golden. They be golden. I got to go 0.5 so y'all understand, right? This is why pace is so important, right? Look, I want y'all to understand Shai on this weak side, right? When you enter these opportunities with pace, what it's going to allow you to do here is allow you to begin your movement and then at the same time delay the reaction of the defender, right? Because since he's so paced and relaxed, and now he's getting to a strong step, that's when the defender's going to jump out, right? Because they realize, oh shit, he been moving. So now he has that back door to get this too, right? And so that's something y'all got to always do. Play and make moves with pace. And now right here, I want y'all to peep this, right? Cool little sidestep. But I want y'all to understand when you should even sidestep. Right? When should I sidestep? When should I step back? Now, of course, right, I want y'all to take this with a grain of salt because not every scenario is going to be perfectly like this and it's going to vary. But this is one of the scenarios, right? So understand, right? Look, Shai gets into this attack and now he forces Sabonis to break his base, right? And now he could either get to the rim or he could either stop, pull up, or even sidestep. But understand the positioning of his shoulder, right? When he gets his shoulder into Sabonis, that shoulder is in line with Sabonis, and Sabonis is not behind his frame, and that shoulder is in position to actually make contact, right? And so at that point in time, that kind of told him Sabonis is still in front. I didn't completely beat him off my first step. He's still in front, right? So what could I do? What's my bag like? What move could I make now, right? So left step, right dribble, side step into space with that contact to get him more space. So now he gets into that shot, right? So just understanding the positioning almost subconsciously is what's going to allow you to be able to delineate whether you should get to the rim or if it's in your bag to sidestep like Shai did right there, right? If you need to see it one more time, right? Right quick. I ain't going to say too much. Just notice the positioning, right? Boom, rip through. Sabonis, right? You see that hip is still kind of in line with him, right? That shoulder kind of right in perfect spot. Now, boom, he could actually hit that body and get into space, right? A lot of times people get too confused and snatch back when they shouldn't, right? But the defender's still in solid positioning. Just really depends on your bag, right? Depends on your bag, depends on your feel. And also, Pete, this with Jalen Williams. I'm going to slow this down. Let me slow this one down, too. Something about floaters, right? Understand this. Notice J-Dub, right? Look at J-Dub, right? Notice J-Dub. Catch, boom. Yes, he traveled. Forget that. Look at the 1 foot float, though, right? Notice where he's going to jump from. He jumps from right there, right? And then notice where he's going to land. Over here. When you do 1 foot floaters attacking the lane, you never want to do them straight on because good defenders will pick up on the habits of, oh, I could just stand here and I'll get a charge. They don't even need a jump, right? But if you allow your floaters to go a little diagonal, right? Go outside of the defender's frame, almost angle yourself when they do step over to the outside shoulder, then you're going to be able to avoid charges and be able to use that 1 foot float without your coach telling you, never do a 1 foot float. And also, sometimes it might just be a little natural to be a little more diagonal because of the angle of the drive. Also want to mention that too. It may be a little more natural at times, right? Because understand, because his driving angle isn't straight on right here. It's especially when y'all get those easy straight line drives where y'all get messed up with those 1 foot floats, right? But now since he's already kind of going wide a little bit, he still could go straight down because he did straighten out, but he ends up going out a little wider, landing out a little wider. Boom, he gets that too. A lot of his buckets come off the spot up. And y'all don't even be peeping that. Like some of y'all favorite players, a good 10, 12 points they be scoring if they do score in good bunches. Probably percentage, let's play percentage. Probably a good 40% of the buckets they get could come off the spot up. Probably around 30, 25, I'll say 25 to 40%, depending on the player, right? Where they just catch and they go. Peep SGA here too, though, right? I'll leave this slow down as well, right? Right? So, as a point guard, right? Elbow itchy. I don't know why the fuck my elbow itchy. That's odd. But peep this, right? As a point guard, it's important to understand your matchup. Who's guarding you, right? And now with Davion Mitchell having SGA, you now begin to think, what does his stats look like, right? How tall is he? What's his wingspan? 6'6", 6'10" wingspan. So when I'm dribbling the ball and he's in close quarters, I got to make sure the ball's protected. And so now at this point, he didn't protect the ball, right? He ain't protect the ball. So in times like this, you have to put your guard up even more so than it is a regular defender because he is not the typical defender that you would face, that you would go match up against, right? So even on the first reach, missed that first one, didn't get that off arm, swipe it off, boom, got that second one. And now he's able to, boom, just go and get that too. Straight off the fact of he kind of kept his guard down too low. Not that he didn't have his guard up, but his guard was just too low. Another replay. Reach. Made that shit easy. And on top of that, I even failed to mention this. The fact that SGA is always playing defense with his hands. He's always going for steals. So that's even something else to take into account. Oh shit, right here. I need y'all to understand this. This shit is funny. This shit is it's kind of funny to me. Peep this. Understand this though, right? Look at Shai. Look at Shai. Who the fuck is Shai looking at, right? Look who Shai looked at, right? Guess who we noticed checked into the game? Keon Ellis, I believe that's his name, right? Sacramento Kings rookie, right? And so understanding that he came into the game, right? Understanding the fact of that. What is he gonna do as soon as he gets in, right? Look, foul. Gonna keep that shit simple, bro. Keep that shit simple. Get me to the free throw line. Because a young player, inexperienced, what is he gonna do? Right? Understand. Right? Really understand, bro. I'm telling you. Look, first play into the game. What is he gonna do with the first year player checking in for the first time guarding an All-NBA first teamer? Right? He's gonna take advantage of the fact of that. You're inexperienced. I'm getting myself to the line. And it don't just stop there, right? It don't just stop there. Understand this too. It's not gonna stop there. He gets the ball right here in the backcourt. He's seeing barbecue chicken. He's done. He's attacking this every single time because this is a matchup at which he knows he's not ready for this, right? So boom. Now full court pressure. Guess what? Don't matter. I'm still attacking. I'm still aggressive. Regardless of the fact that you got help right there, that one play alone, that don't save you, right? That shit don't save you. Boom, inbound right underneath, gets the catch, and understand. His head is up, his eyes are up. He already got the angle on Ellis. Looking at Trey Lyles, shoulder in the perfect spot. Boom, bump, step back, fade, shot along that baseline, bucket. Right? And understand, this shit is still not done. It's still not done. Right? This is someone who's playing smart. He's playing the game smart, bro. Understand. Boom, picks up on him again in transition. Pickup point about 40 feet out. That's where he messed up. Because now he gets to work him down. And since he's going backwards, hits him with a bump, the momentum carries him further down. And right here, this lay is tougher than it even looks right here from this next angle that you're about to see. Right? Notice this, right? Boom, you seen that spin. Eyes is up. SGA be having the funniest faces sometimes, bro. He be having the funniest faces, but you be hooping though. But notice this, right? Notice how he's able to protect the ball, right? Ball on the right side. Ellis reach. Boom, puts it on this right side to protect it from that reach. Help defenders on the same side he's protecting the ball from, because that reach brings it over to that left side. And now to avoid the defense and actually get the lay through the bump on the contact. Damn, I restarted that shit on accident. Where is that shit? But look, right? Through the bump on the contact, right? Extends that shit to the right side. Boom, gets that lay. That shit's tough. That shit's tough. Shai might make an all defensive team this year? Nah, I don't think he can make an all defensive team. I don't think so. Ain't no way. What's good? Yo, what's good, Hanif? I've been great. I've been swell. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing my thing. Locked in. As always. But what I was gonna say, all defensive team, he gets a good amount of steals, but if you look at real impact on a defensive like game plan, like as a unit, there's definitely 4 guards you could put ahead of him in that category. But if you're gonna go by numbers, he probably does get like over 2 steals a game, and that's kind of dumb if you try to do it like that, because defense isn't really about counting stats, right? Defense is one of the things as to which you may get some stats from, but the best defenders, especially in guards, don't put up the numbers. So, and Pete is by J-Dub though, right? Pete is by J-Dub. Notice, right? Understand, right? With Chet and J-Dub getting to this action over here, right? Boom, they make the switch of Harrison Barnes. J-Dub now gets around this elbow area. And now with Fox on the backside of Chet, right? He wants to throw this lob. But the angle that he went into this action with threw off his ability to actually make that lob pass that was open, right? Because since Harrison Barnes has now picked up, dropped back, and he has now closed that gap from there, the trajectory and the angle of this pass is easy for Barnes to be able to tip, right? And so in a situation like this, and maybe more so, let me not try to turn the corner, get into mid-range and get in my spots. Let me get a little further out so I can have this opportunity for a lob. And peep this too here. Let me go back right quick, right? This is one of those situations a lot of y'all get messed up in, right? When this happens, right? When those plays happen, a lot of y'all get fucked up. Throws off a lot of y'all mentally. Y'all not able to bounce back, right? So, peep though, right? Look what Fox is about to do, right? When plays like that happen, the most important thing is your ability to remain composed, right? And not allow that play to then affect what you're going to continue to do and get you out of your pace and rhythm. So at that point, even though Fox hit the ball out of his hands, boom, cross on that screen. Now he's able to get to that left side where there's an empty corner. Now it's just one-on-one against him and Harrison Barnes. Boom, step back, nobody to worry about. bucket. And now J-Dub once again. These transition situations, these ones are so vital because this is where the game got fucked up the most, right? This is where basketball got fucked up the most, playing in transition. A lot of people will get here and immediately think to take a three, but understanding I got Trey Lyles, we playing in transition, I have a full head of steam. He catches this and goes straight downhill and gets to his bucket. And now with that left, that's even tougher. I don't even think y'all understand how tough that is until you see this angle, right? Really look at this angle, right? This is with the left, by the way, right? With the left. Come on, man. Come on, that's tough. That's tough. You know what I'm saying? You see him use that left hand. Like I said, he could be a more complete Jaylen Brown. I'm telling you, man, just give him some time. Just give him some time. And now this play too. He low-key started cooking, right? Once he gets with the second unit, though, right? Once he gets with the second unit, J-Dub started cooking. He started bringing the ball up the floor, no passes, no nothing. I just need one action. I'm getting to my bucket, right? And this play is tough. This play is extremely tough. I'm gonna have to slow this shit down, right? Look, this shit crazy tough, right? This shit is stupid tough. Look, boom, bump, contact, right? Over rip through at that. A lot of y'all will fold on the contact alone, but mix the contact with the pickup, he still is able to get here. Now notice, left step, right step. Look at his entire frame, right? Right foot pointed to the corner. Chest pointed to the corner. Only thing that's turned again looking at the rim is his eyes. So now by the time he wants to get his shot up, he has to turn his entire body in the air while he gets a heavily contested, damn near smothered shot contest, right? Boom, gets up, still gets that bucket. That's just tough. That's just tough. And mind you, going full speed, having to decelerate yourself, get yourself to a stop, turn, find the balance. There's so much shit going on that I don't even think some of y'all could even understand. Like I said, though, too, with the second unit. Peep, though, right? Look, J-Dub's playing with the second unit, right? Herter hits the shot. And so at this point in time, you got to understand, right? In J-Dub's perspective, if he wants to be able to score with the second unit as the lead guard, he needs to be able to find opportunities when the defense is not set. So you're just seeing Kevin Herter getting back, even though it's off a make, right? Mitchell now playing full court. This is going to be the best time for him to get to his spots because now he's already got Herter on the retreat, going backwards as a defender, and now he's already way uncomfortable in this situation. So now, boom, gets to stop, change direction, underlow rip through, boom, hot fade, gets the bounce. Another tough bucket, bro. J-Dub tough. That should be tough, bro. Being here with Harrison Barnes. That shit crazy. That shit crazy, bro. And you know the thing about that too? Luka called it the slow step, I guess, in his terms, but you see so many players now just really beginning to use that, and kind of Luka has popularized that move because he just naturally plays so slow that deceleration is easy for him, right? And so this is going to be the next unguardable move in basketball, right? 1, 2, that slow step that you see Luka do all the time. You see like a Franz Wagner do. You may see like a Kyrie do. Some of these other crafty scorers do every now and then. That's going to be the next unguardable thing, right? Because understand, right? This shit's going to be unguardable because as a defensive player, your habit is to now continue speed and momentum to get a block. But what this person does is just stop on this foot. Might have dragged, might have been a trouble. Forget about that. So now these players are literally just jumping without thought. They can't even control themselves at this point. They already think you're going up. And so as you just jump and the offensive player stays on the floor, boom, I wait till you go down, I shoot, and I get no contest. That's just tough. Backdoor once again. Backdoor once again, right? Remember the concept of backdoors I told y'all earlier, right? One of my favorite moves? Yeah, that shit, it's just how I don't even think people are going to be able to guard that. Because how are you able to make the read on when someone's going to slow step? Like, it might be impossible to make a read on when someone's going to slow step. You may just have to literally just jump late. And even then, if you always jump late, like, it's just going to get easy for them to get shots around the rim. So that's the tough part about it. But even on this, though, right, I want y'all to understand this, right? Remember what I said earlier about cuts when SGA made that cut, playing with pace, right? Jalen Williams is going to do the same thing, right? But I want y'all to notice the timing of the pass, right? Boom, makes the cut, ball's already out of his hands, and J-Dub's literally one step inside that three-point line. When you see opportunities like this, you got to throw these passes early and lead a player with the pass instead of throwing the pass to where they are and waiting for them to get to where they are. And now right here, playing the layers. I really want y'all to understand this, right? How this shit is going to progress just going forward, right? Understand. SGA, right? SGA and Isaiah Joe, when they get into this little back screen, pick and pop action, extremely tough to guard, right? Any team. So now, this is the first time they ran the action. SGA didn't know what to look for. He gets doubled. Ball now goes out of bounds, right? They keep the ball, though, right? Same exact possession, right? Next time, take the ball in, right? And so what SGA does now is he gets this catch, and they're going to begin to get into this action, and he's not having a live dribble. And he understands how they're guarding this. So once Joe gets here, he just slips out and then just throws the ball straight to Isaiah Joe because he knows I got nothing. So, boom, at this point in time, they got to recover. They're a little late. Isaiah Joe pull up over the top. And, bro, I kid you not, if there's an NBA player I've seen miss, like, the least amount of times, it's Isaiah Joe. That motherfucker be hitting, like, everything, bro. That shit crazy. But peep this, too, with J-Dub. This is timing by J-Dub. Timing is important. Timing is vital. Best ISO player in the league. When you say ISO player, the thing is you need the deepest bag, right? And you need to be able to score from all levels, like in all ways. So like 3-point, mid-range, paint, meaning, and then on top of that, just isolation, post up, face up. Right, that's a player as to which is going to be the best ISO player because he could score on any sort of defender that there is, right? And so, I would say the best ISO player. It's hard to be able to give that to anybody but KD. Like when you really think about it, because KD can literally score from all levels in all ways, right? You don't see anybody have the handle, have the mid range, have the ability to finish at the rim, ability to post up, face up, and then actually play in a regular isolation. You know, like he's scoring in every single way. Like name it, he's scoring in that exact way. So that's the thing about it too. And players like Shai, though, what they do have is something as to which they rely upon that's just you just damn near can't guard, right? So like Shai, that mid-range game, side steps, dribble pull-ups at times, right? That shit's extremely tough to guard. His movements, right? His craftiness around the rim, tough to guard. Luka, right? The slow pace, the what's the word for it? The precision on his angles, the footwork that allow him to get from A to B to get to spots, right? So even someone like Jason Tatum could be in that conversation if he actually used the fucking mid-range, which he doesn't. Ant could actually get up there in that conversation as well, just being all around, right? Not just being reluctant on one thing. And also Luka, of course, I don't know if I said it, the step back, right? So I'll say it's hard to be able to throw SGA over KD at this point in time. Like KD's still here in this league, 7 foot, doing everything. That's just tough. But also peep this with J-Dub though, right? Peep this with J-Dub. I had to slow this down, right? So notice this, right? You got SGA about to come up and set a back screen on whatever side, right? But notice the timing of which J-Dub goes. You notice that, right? Pete Fox, right? Really Pete Fox. Really understand Fox, right? And how since J-Dub was able to break the timing of his go in his attack move, he's able to catch De'Aaron Fox on the retreat because he's now hopped up. And now since he already sees J-Dub with a full head of steam, what he's now going to do is now play defense on the retreat, like I said. And now, boom, he's just able to get there, use his size, and find his angle and get that lay off the glass. So timing to be able to get angles into attack defenders is vital. You go a little early sometimes, you'll probably catch them off guard. But also make sure you got space because they had a good amount of space on that play. Make sure you got space. What do exactly I mean by space? Right quick. No wings. You see these empty wings flat on the baseline? That's spacing. You get to anywhere you want, damn near. speed this back up. Now peep this, right? He about to full Sabonis. This move tough. Lay. That's just tough. That's just tough, right? But understand, I'm gonna have to slow this shit down again. I gotta slow this shit down again, right? But peep. Notice Shai's body angles, right? At this point in time, damn, I fucking hate when they do that flash, right? I hate when that flash shit happens. I don't know how the hell that shit happens like good 3 to 5 times every single stream, right? But look at Shai's body angle, right? Because at this point in time, I did that shit again. That's crazy, right? At this point in time, what Shai is able to do is keep his body angled to the corner. So now Sabonis thinks he's gonna get into a handoff, but at the same time, right? He's now positioned himself to get skinny and get to the rim and avoid contact on Sabonis, who's a bigger player. So now he can stretch out and get this quick lay before he can even contest that shot. That's just tough. Utilizing body angles, because there's going to be a lot of times, especially when you get your body slim, when you get your body thin, meaning you lead with one shoulder over the other, right? And the other one's kind of trailing behind. You're a threat in so many different ways at so many different other points in time, different points in time, that if you really understand how to leverage that, kind of almost playing with your back turn, leading with the shoulder, it's going to be unguardable, right? Because there's so many different ways you could go. He could have been, let me try to find, let me kind of even explain this just by seeing, right? Because especially, not even if it's just this situation alone, right? Say he just has his body angled this way. He could be able to, boom, bring back from that tween, get back into space. He could just cross step in a sense and bring it right back. He could still go that same direction. He could actually go into a handoff, right? And same thing, even if you're in the triple threat with no dribble, right? I even talked about it a little bit with Jokic, like at the start of my Lakers stream, last stream. So that angle be so tough to guard. Do you react to full games? Meaning what? I mean, I watch the full games. Like I watch the full game back and I grab my clips. I grab the clips that I want from the game. And this right here too. This is really what makes Shai unguardable, right? This really what makes Shai unguardable. I don't think really people even understand this, right? I don't really think nobody understand this, right? Look, understand though, right? With Shai, my bad with the double click, right? Understand this with Shai. On this attack by Shai, right? Notice this, right? Look at the move Shai is about to do, right? Look at the move, right? Boom, isolation. Go, wait. He didn't use no dribble move. This is really what makes Shai unguardable. The fact that once he gets into this lunge position, he's so good at being relaxed and then now getting into his acceleration to blow by the defender, because since he was relaxed to start, the defensive player was also relaxed and not ready to go. So now he could just get into his attacks, boom, bump, sidestep, fade. You can't do shit about it because that demeanor to start already got him that step. And also understand this, playing in layers at the same time, right? Playing in layers at the same time. You may even wonder, oh, why do you even go that way? You probably even seen what's happening off the ball, right? Look, I be clicking the wrong shit sometimes, bro. My fucking fat ass finger. Damn. But peep though, right? Playing the game in layers, like I told y'all to start. Pete, he got Keegan Murray on him, right? And at this point, he's just scanning the floor, seeing what's going on, right? And so he's forced to go from relaxed to quick, because Trey Lyles now is sending this double to his left side. This is how he's able to evade double teams, right? So he just goes the opposite direction. Double team occurs. Understand that happened a few feet outside that three-point line, right? Maybe 30, 35 feet out, right? And so now when he's going up this time, reading the play call, understanding what do we need to run as a team. But at the same time though, right? At the same time, double team comes. Now everything gets thrown out the window. We're not running no play. We're not trying to confine ourselves to doing one thing. We must take advantage of what is here, right? And so instead of doing what a lot of y'all guards would do, this is something I really got to say, right? A lot of guards do this, right? Look, understand. What a lot of y'all guards do is that when y'all see this double team, y'all begin just to dribble as fast as you can, get up the floor, just try to run away from them, right? But look at what SGA does, right? Look. He just stays in the same spot so he can maintain space, and by having space, he buys time. With time, he can now read the floor and see where to throw the ball. But if you close up that space, you have less time, and now you're going to panic when you make your decision. right? So now he's able to see Josh Giddey throws that skip, and now they're just playing basketball while the defense is out of rotation. Boom, Lou Dort on his wing, shot goes up, they end up hitting that shot, right? Don't panic. Hold your space. And you're going to continue to see that as SGA continues to get double teamed. Once again, playing in layers. I want y'all to peep this. This is one of SGA's go-tos, by the way, right? Look, understand. This is one of SGA's go-to moves, right? You always see him do this little cross step just to see what he has, to buy himself a little more time, make some reads, and get some rhythm, right? So, boom, cross step. Now he's attacking. Harrison Barnes sitting in the paint. Easy kick Josh Giddey from three. They're not really going to close out because he's a non-shooter on the scouting report. We'll live with it, right? But after having that one down right there, next possession down, what is he going to do, right? Understand. Same cross step, but now what is he going to get into? And mind you, this is not premeditated. He's going into these moves with a clear mind, not saying I'm going to go into this and do a step back, I'm going to go into this and drive. I'm going to just see what I feel and get straight to it, so then I could be able to play with no thought, right? So boom, cross step, I feel the feel for a step back. And if Shai is able to really develop that, right, kind of like how Luka has that inverted drag into a step back, like James Harden has his little pockets where he's tween, cross, step back, right? If he's able to kind of develop that from some of his go-tos, right, some of his go-to movement styles and size ups, he's going to be tough to guard, right? He gets that shot maybe to around a 36, 37% step back three, going to be tough. But at the same time, though, really just popped into my head when it even comes down to a player like SGA, because what makes him so good is his ability to almost layer the type. He doesn't need, let me put it like this, right? He doesn't need to take a higher volume of threes to be even better, because he's already so dominant in the ranges he already scores in. And so you may see like, oh, he's not a good three-point shooter. May look at the percentage, right? But because the reason the percentage is low is because he takes a low quantity. If he decides to say, let me be three-point dominant, he'll probably be better at building the rhythm to shoot that three, right? You know what I'm saying? Instead of people saying, oh, you only take 1 to 2 a game, you can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? So overall, if he did try to just up that quantity, then it may just drop his point total, but you may see a better three-point percentage. But Pete is with J-Dub though, right? Pete is with J-Dub. This is just a common scenario, so a lot of people aren't able to delineate and actually make the decision for it, right? Understand, right? What makes J-Dub so efficient, shooting 54% from the field, 45 from three, and then 81 from the line, is because when he sees opportunities like this where help jumps out, he doesn't say, oh, I got an open three. What does he do say? What does he say, right? Boom, lane for me to get to the rim and just take the two. That's efficient basketball, and not trying to play to statistics and saying, oh, I could get more points and I have a good chance of being able to hit this three. But that was built off of Stephen Curry, who's the greatest shooter of all time, which is why that concept is just dumb. And now Pete this defensively though, right? This was a good defensive play. Someone earlier was saying that he could be all defensive team, but this is a play like this is kind of more so a team thing, just being aware and being hip to what's going on, right? So look, notice Shai, right? It's uncharacteristic to deny a player from all the way out here, right? But all this shows you is that the defense knows exactly what the offense is about to do, right? And so on the offense perspective, you can't try to go and get exactly what you want because you know the defense knows that, right? So SGA now with Harrison Barnes staying detached, this pass is now going to get thrown and it's going to get broken up because SGA knew exactly where the pass was going. So when it comes down to little plays like this, offense got to be a step ahead, but the defense was a step ahead. Peep this with Shai though, right? Peep Shai. Peep Shai in this right corner. He's going to be in that deep right corner, right? Notice Shai in this corner, right? And so when teams guard Shai in a lot of these scenarios, or no, not even Shai, this is a different play. It's a different play. This is the first play of a play as to which they're going to flip up later on in the game, right? I want you to peep J-Dub on this play. I want you to peep J-Dub, right? And so, understand, with OKC, right? oftentimes they play 5-out, and a lot of y'all guards in high school will play a 5-out, right? And so when you play a 5-out offense and you have 1 to 5 able to handle the ball, and you're a guard or wing or whatever, you got to be comfortable being able to be down here sometimes, because being here is proper spacing. Too many people on the outside is too easy to guard. And so also being here, help defender steps up, meaning your man, you could have 2s at the rim. Just get your easy buckets. I want to talk about Shai, but I want to talk about the defense guarding Shai on this play, though. Notice, right? Look. Notice Keegan Murray, right? Look. Shai backing down Keegan Murray, right? Boom, bump, boom, pick up. His left foot is his pivot right now. Notice what Keegan Murray is going to do, right? Notice what he's going to do. Boom, drop, shimmy, boom, gets over here. He wasn't able to use that shimmy because he understand the pivot that he had, right? I want y'all to really understand this, right? Understand, right? Since Shai got into this bump and now his left foot is established as his pivot, what Keegan Murray is going to do, right? Even through all these shimmies, he's going to stay on the middle because Shai cannot turn over his right shoulder, right? So don't, at all times, hold on. This shit just got loud as hell. But do not try to get confused by shimmies and get deceived by them when they can't go over a certain shoulder, right? Unless they have already gotten to a split and haven't established a stance, that's when it gets tough, but he's already established that foot, right? Which just shows you he could only go over the left and he can't go over the right. And so if I jump out to that right, if I jump out baseline, that's me giving him an open shot. So now, boom, he just has to pass that up. That was good defense. All right, this move is tough. I ain't gonna lie. Bop. That's tough. That's tough. Y'all might have already seen that. Sling play, extra watch. So I think I'm gonna watch OKC game. Watch as many games as you got access to, bro. Watch full games, by the way, because that's where you're actually able to learn and understand the dynamic of a game, and don't just sit there and always watch highlights. But even understand this though, right? Pete this with this move by Shai, right? This move by Shai. Let me go full speed on this too. Look, this shit was nasty though. Full speed is gonna look even nastier, right? When you see a move like this, y'all always think it's that ball and the snatch that's able to get me to deceive the defender. But what it really is though, right, is that y'all forget this one part of these moves that allow y'all to sell this move, which is this off arm. Because look at Shai's left hand, right? Look at his left arm. He swings that left arm up, and what that does, it brings trunk rotation and shoulder preparation as if you're actually gonna drive. So when a defender sees you do that shit so quick, they really think you're gonna go that way because it's like you're sprinting, right? Boom, you're bringing that other arm with you while that ball is in the other hand. And so now they'll end up doing what? Jumping out to that side that you sold, and now you're able to get space that other way. And they see Shai smile that shit off. But a lot of y'all be forgetting to add this shit in, bro. That really brings that twitch and really brings that sell. Because a lot of y'all just think ball, step, boom, shot, whatever it is, but they don't bite on it. If you add that off arm in, you bring that shit up, that shit gonna work a lot. If you're doing a crossover, right there, tween, right there, behind the back even, right there, same thing. Don't forget it, don't forget it. And I'll peep this though, right? Loki forgot what I was about to say for a second. But peep this. What speed is this? Oh, 0.67. All right, boom. Understand this though, right? I want you to understand what's going on with Shai mentally in this play, right? You get over the screen, he attacks, Josh Giddey is still cutting. This is why it's so important to have your head up. Because even though you attacked at a point in time as to which everybody's not set, he's able to see and identify players who are open even when the floor isn't set when he began his attack. So now what Giddey does is realize, oh, help stepped up, I'm gonna stay down here underneath the rim, boom, lefty lay, got that easy too, right? Keep your head up, it's vital. That's just tough. That them be the toughest to guard, right? Them points right there, right? Look, that's why them shits be so tough to guard. Look, when it comes down to skip footwork, I like to call that an inflection point, right? A crossroads, where now at this point, since you're in the air, you have more time to make a read on what your defender is gonna do. They could jump out and beat you to a spot. They may try to go and reach with the inside hand. They may even do what Trey Lyles does right here, which is now step up and try to even stand you up and get a reach right there. But now you guys have the ability to go and make the read and make the play, right? Because that skip has now bought you some time, which is why it's just so deadly, you know? And then boom, he gets there, contact, hang, and one. Peep Davion Mitchell. I want you to peep Davion Mitchell. Understand, right? Look, y'all always look at rebound, steals, and blocks for what a good defender is, but good defenders do this shit, right? Look at Davion Mitchell, right? Isaiah Joe on the pop out. Sees SJ on the drive, open lane. So what does he do instead of going to Isaiah Joe, who is a sniper from three? He gets here and gets SGA caught up at a point to where it allows Ellis, his teammate, to be able to recover, and now, boom, his teammate is able to get the block. Although Davion Mitchell was the one to take away that entire play because he jumped out and took away the lane and forced him into that pull-up. And now here, once again, another play where I want to talk about layers. Another play of layers. Understand this, right? Look, Shai gets off this first one, flips by Jalen Williams, boom, sees this double. Doesn't know what coverage he's going to get, right? So what ends up happening, boom, he ends up getting a foul, luckily, right? Next possession, though, getting right back into action with Jalen Williams. So now understanding that he's going to see two coming off the screen, it's not just his responsibility to anticipate the counter, right? It's also the screeners, because what he's going to do is just slip out immediately while the gap is still there. And so now he's able to get down into the paint, boom, foul, he's getting to the line. Of the Navy Golden State jerseys, yeah, these is low-key tough. These is tough because with the black, and even if you peep like the color scheme on the jersey, like the numbers are that yellow, that gold color, and then like the words, and then the other part of the lining is like that orange, that red orange. That bit tough. I wonder if they're gonna use like these jerseys like in the playoffs, because remember how they're using like alternate jerseys all the time in the playoffs? I wonder if they're gonna use them because that'll low-key be tough. Now, once again, same covers though. Same covers though. They should, yeah, low key they tough with the court too. Black court, that's tough, right? But understand, another pick and roll action. Spacing is immaculate, by the way. You got three down here on this baseline, right? And so now both wings open. So now when you get into the screen with Chet, SGA gets out into space when he gets a double team instead of trying to turn the corner and make a play for himself. Chet, boom, here with the pop. Now he's able to get this shot, pump fake, got him, get to the lane. Guess what? We all smoke some though. We all smoke some. It's all right. It's all right. Peep SGA on this though, right? This is a good recovery though. This is a good recovery. SGA does a lot of this, right? Whether it's a steal or maybe even sometimes with a block, right? Just coming in, just making a last ditch effort, cleaning up some plays, right? And so I want y'all to peep this. Slow this down, right? Look at Shai, right? Look at Shai's feet, right? Notice the shift. All that is, right? Look, I want y'all to understand. Look, all these shifts is him bouncing back and forth between his feet and shifting how much weight is on each foot. That's what makes a player shifty. That's all it is. Your ability to bounce back between your feet at different points in time, so you could shift your frame, and it's almost like you're shaking, right? Almost like you're vibrating your whole body, right? It's just your ability to be able to shift that weight back and forth between feet, right? And so some of y'all just aren't able to do that because y'all don't get in the weight room to develop the control to do so, right? So now Shai's able to get that whole angle off that little shimmy, boom, low-key traveled on that motherfucker. We gonna forget about it. I don't know how they be missing them calls, bro. Let me speed this up too. and right here. This is important, right? The star display is important, right? Notice the screen right here, right? That I believe that's Wiggins that he gets, right? And at this point in time, Williams is not in space, but this action is now being initiated on this right side, right? And so on J-Dub's part and the ball handler's part, how fast should we get into this action? Because since that screen happened, and now you're supposed to make a read, he's not able to get into space and get to his corner where he should be, leaving Davion Mitchell right here to be able to make this tag on to Chet, right? Whereas Chet should be open if he was spaced, right? So how do we begin to drop the pace of this play so that we can make sure everybody gets spaced so that we can make the reads that we need to make, right? So now no longer having that, you got Sabonis out here. You got Williams, boom, trying to cook, does that same little pickup with the right hand. Doesn't get that one to go, though. I should even peep this. Peep this. Peep the coach. Mark Daigneault, right? Look at OKC's coach, right? Mark Daigneault, right? Talking to Cameron Williams, tells him to go down to the paint, right? And so at a time like this, as a ball handler, you can't worry about the person that's guarding you up here when you're running an action, right? You got to understand that, right? As a ball handler in this situation, when a player is guarding you up with pressure, you can't focus on them, right? You got to get yourself so good with the ball that handling pressure is second nature to you, right? You don't got to think about it. So now once you actually do go and run a play and run a set, you can make the read that you need to make, right? And for J-Dub, that's Trey Lyles down here. What is he doing? Is he tagging on Chet? No, he went with Cameron Williams. Now I can throw this lob over here to Chet. He's able to make the reads he needs, right? Because he doesn't have to focus on, oh, am I going to lose the ball? That shit is second nature. That shit is natural. And now right here with this play with Shai, the play I was talking about earlier, or I was about to talk about earlier, right? Notice, right? So when it comes down to Shai, the way they guard Shai oftentimes, right? They go under on some screens because they'll live with the jumper, right? But in a situation like this, boom, he's getting chased over. And so now when you get chased over, you want to curl in as tight as you can so you can keep the defender on your tail side. But what Shai now does is now he walks along that three-point line, right? He gets out wide. So now once he wants to get into his drive, he has more room to cover, and Davion Mitchell has more time to be able to get back in front because of space that SGA has to cover, right? So now by the time he gets here, his angles aren't as ideal, and now he's taking a tougher look had he curled in tighter. And I'll peep this too, though, right? This is a little thing with ISOs, right? Peep this, right? When it comes down to playing in isolations, y'all got to get out of your own head and get your head into the game and actually make reads, right? Notice Sabonis with J-Dub, right? Sabonis is already moving backwards, right? So when J-Dub decides to do this, get into a step back and have a hard plant step on that first one, he's creating even more space because Sabonis is already on the retreat. Now we get the shot clean over the top and is able to get his bucket on the fact that he was just looking and making the read. That one was tough too. I don't even know if y'all peeped that hezzy, right? Going right back. Look, understand, right? Look. Going right back to this matchup with Sabonis, right? You got Ellis on him. And now, notice this hezzy that J-Dub's about to do off the screen, right? Notice. Right there. What Sabonis now does with this right foot is that he gets himself to a stop, thinking that J-Dub is going to stop. And he no longer needs to plug, right? So now, what J-Dub really does is use that step to then get himself more momentum to get downhill. So while Sabonis got to a stop, he built himself a little more momentum to attack the rim, and now he has that angle to be able to finish. All off that hezzy. Another play, right? Handling pressure. Handling pressure. You can't allow these little plays like that to get to you, right? Can't allow them plays to get to you, right? So you see Fox about to start putting some pressure onto J-Dub, right? But understand the spacing at the same time, right? Because by the time he turns his back and is able to get Fox hit by the screen, you got SGA on his left side, and now you got Monk who you want to attack. So now you get some downhill steam against Monk. And now Davion Mitchell, he's about to help. You see that step? Actually, no, he's not. He's guarding SGA. That's bait. That's fake help. You got to understand what type of players I got around me and what type of help defenders I really got to worry about. Because some players aren't going to leave certain players. So now he could get here, get into his fade, and not have to overthink anything because he knows, oh, he's not going to help. I don't need to fall for that bait. And at the end of the day, too, if someone's going to help over, they're going to help over. They're not going to just sit halfway in the middle and do nothing. Even P this in transition, too, with SGA, right? A lot of y'all, when y'all get in this position in transition, y'all think y'all always got to go one speed, right? But you don't. Look at SGA's speed. He just gets into his middle, slows down, and gets to his range. Nor does he play into the statistics of basketball and say, let me shoot a three. Let me find someone to shoot a three. He don't do that, right? He just gets to what he wants and what he's comfortable taking. So now he pulls up in that midi, slows down, gets to the stop, gets a bucket. Simple as that. Yo, what's good, Ben? What's good? We look-y about to be done with this breakdown. Look-y about to be done. But Davion Mitchell's about to have another good defensive play. It's a solid defense. But it is a good attack on Shai's part, though, right? Good stuff on both sides, right? So understand. I want to talk about Shai first, right? Look. Shai gets this catch, right? And with this action going on the weak side, Shai now decides to go while the action is going on. So now he doesn't have to face help when he goes and attacks to this middle. But Davion Mitchell has to spoil that bad attack by playing good defense. So then he gets that miss, right? Good shit on both sides. Good timing by SGA, but even better defense by Davion Mitchell. And that fade is tough. I don't think y'all understand how tough it is to fade that way. Hold on, give me 1 sec. Right, I don't think some of y'all understand how tough it is to fade this way because he's going over this left shoulder while he's already angled with that right shoulder going downhill. And now his feet, you see that. There's a lot of turning he's going to have to do in the air to get squared, right? A lot of turning. More work, more movement. It's going to make you less efficient. Any tips on AAU tryouts? I would say AAU tryouts, be the loudest person on the floor. I'm going to tell you things that you could do like this. I can't tell you really to do anything in terms of skill because the amount of work you put in it's already there. Like you can't really try to really increase your skill level at this point in time if it's about to be around the corner. So I would say be the loudest person on the floor. Always communicate. You know what I'm saying? Have good body language. Those little things like that is what coaches really be paying attention to. Like it's easy to tell when a player has skill, but it's what they really do look for is if the player could play with a team, right? Are they selfish? Are they someone that's what you could trust to put on the floor? And that's why if you're already the loudest person, I told somebody to do this a little while ago for their tryout. I said, go to your tryout and be the loudest person. Communicate, say everything that you see. Communicate it, say it. Don't sit here and just think it. Actually say it and be loud with it. Not only is that literally physically going to bring you attention, it's also going to make your team better. Because you're telling people the things that's which they can't see, right? Because when you're guarding the ball, for example, a screen is coming up, I can't see behind me. You need to communicate that screen. You need to tell your teammates where the help is, where you are for help, where to send the player that they're guarding, right? And so just having that skill in itself could automatically get you on the floor because it's something that everyone should do, but not everybody does do just because this generation of basketball and the lack of emphasis on the defensive part, right? And the lack of commitment of playing defense. So be the loudest person there. I guarantee you're already going to get eyes on you. And then on top of whatever skill work that you're doing, whatever shit that you already got in your bag, that shit's already going to come to light as well. So now you mix the two in, boom, you give yourself a really good chance. And also, just play basketball. Don't try to be selfish. Don't try to get your own and everything like that. Just hoop. You know what I'm saying? Just hoop. Because if you're playing selfish, that's only going to really hurt yourself. Thanks for the advice. No problem. But peep this, though, right? With SGA, timing be so important. Look at this timing, right? Look at SGA and J-Dub at the same time, right? Notice. J-Dub slips out, SGA, boom, he gets into that go. You got to understand why that's so important, right? Because, look. Understand. Because since J-Dub is about to step up and set a screen, Keegan Murray is talking to Davion Mitchell. And Davion Mitchell mentally is prepared for a screen. So now, once he gets out of here, and now since he slips out before he even goes up, Davion Mitchell's already thinking about a screen. SGA now goes because he is now able to catch Davion Mitchell off guard, right? So now he's able to get this angle, and now boom, he gets into that step back. But that was a crafty step back though, right? That was a crafty step back. Look, I just want y'all to look at SGA and Davion Mitchell, right? Just look at the drive and the angles that he got. Normally, when you got a defender this far behind you, you'll just already want to go and attack the rim. But what does SGA do? He gets into a step back. Why? Right? Understand. Because it's bigger than you and your defender, because there's 4 other defenders on the floor. SGA has his eyes up, right? He beat Mitchell, but his eyes are up and seeing Fox step all the way up and help. So what SGA does now, step and take that right step into space to force Davion Mitchell to navigate around that, and then he gets back into space. So now he has room for that shot. And now low-key, he's still cooking Ellis. I'm sorry, he is this rookie, bro. He was a rookie. SGA was like, yeah, I'm attacking him. I'm attacking him, right? So at this point in time, even understand this. You got to understand all the things that's going on the floor, right? So Ellis is getting back on defense, right? He's clearly not set. He just picks up on where SGA is and is moving backwards. And now with communication occurring, SGA about to go into a screen with Chet. Probably hears, all right, screen's coming from a certain direction. So now what does he do? Prepare himself to now lead himself to the screen. But what does SGA now do? Reject. And now he turned his shoulders, right? Turned his shoulders, snatched back. But this next angle, you're going to see it even better, right? There's an even better angle. Bird's eye view, right? Peep this, right? So understand, right? Drag screen might be occurring. So at this point, he already out of position, really, right? SGA, reject, right? Drops that foot back and understand this right shoulder. It stays in front of Shai, but at the same time, it's also exposed him to where Shai could be able to just simply lead him, right? It's not like he made that move and he already had Ellis on his hip. He made that move. He was still in front. Now, boom, I just lead you to that spot. And now I get into my shot. I don't know what the fuck is going on down here. This should be getting loud sometime. I don't know what the fuck be going on. But peep this though, right? Understand. Notice. Shai has the ball. He ain't even dribble. Already seeing another double team, right? I'm telling you, you gotta understand. Right? Look. Understand. Shai got the rock. Double team is coming. But understand where he's gonna go, right? Let's track where he's going. From the middle to his left side, to his left side, to his left elbow. Now it brings it to that left wing. That double team came from his right side. And he only went left. When a double team came by, he only went to space and went away from the double team. So he has more time to be able to make reads like what he's going to do right here. Kick it to Chet, Jalen Williams with the cut, not settling for the 3. Now he gets that too. I'm telling you, the best way y'all could be able to escape double teams, be able to evade a double team, just go to space. You know what I'm saying? Maintain space. Maintain space and maintain pace. 2 simple things. If you can't remember space and pace, because pace is literally space minus a S, I can't help you. Just remember those 2 things. Remember those 2 things. And understand once again, I want y'all to peep this. Last thing once again, right? Notice SGA, right? You got 10 on the shot clock. Ellis by himself. Understand, he's reading the floor at this point in time. He ain't just sitting here dribbling, doing nothing, right? Fox comes over for the double team. On his left side, where does he go? To his right. Right? And now working his way right, guess what he does now? Low rip through. They're going to reach because they're desperate at this point in time of the game. So all these moves are extremely antsy and last ditch. So boom, foul. Now he gets his 2, headed to the line. And that's 38 for SGA and 32 for J-Dub. So that's the end of this stream. We're going to be live again on Wednesday. We should be. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be streaming on Wednesday. Even though I got class, I'm still going to try to make it. I'm going to let y'all know exactly though for sure, but make sure that y'all sacrifice your present self and invest into your future self and do everything you need to do to be able to get to where you want to go. So discipline or regret, you choose.